Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Islamic Circle of Australia and New Zealand, or iCAN for short, is a grassroots dawah organization which works to propagate the message of Islam amongst the Muslim and the non-Muslim community here in Australia and New Zealand. It was founded 10 years ago in year 2016, and 2026 this year marks the 10th anniversary of iCAN. Late June or early July is the time of the year when iCAN normally organizes their AGM, which is the annual general meeting, to talk about the history of iCAN, the objectives, the progress so far, and the future endeavor, and to especially talk about the concept and the reason why we organize these AGMs. I am joined by my esteemed guest in the studio today, Brother Amir Rajput. He is the Central President of iCAN Australia and New Zealand. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa
How are you
barakatuh.
going?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, as I mentioned in the intro, iCAN was established or founded 10 years ago. Can you tell us what are the objectives of iCAN?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Jazakallah khair, Brother Adnan, for having me on your podcast and giving me the opportunity to explain about iCAN and its objective and programs. So as you rightly said, iCAN was formed 10 years ago by a few of the brothers who came together for a common objective, common mission and common cause. And they formed the iCAN, and over the years, in 10 years, alhamdulillah, iCAN is grown into a multi-tiered organization where we cater the needs of Muslims as well as non-Muslims. We have our dawah work specific for brothers, sisters, youth as well. And alhamdulillah, we have different projects. We have a relief organization. We have built 2 masajids. We have Islamic college where we educate people about Islam and give them the Islamic authentic knowledge. And plus many initiatives that we are running at the moment, alhamdulillah. So it's good to see from the humble beginning to a multi-tiered organization that is working in different domains.
Alhamdulillah. Can you tell us in how many places iCAN operate within Australia and New Zealand?
Yeah. iCAN has established units, we call it dawah units, in all the major states and all the cities of Australia as well as in New Zealand. Alhamdulillah, we have established units in Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, Adelaide, Darwin, and similarly in New Zealand we have presence in all the major cities like Christchurch, Wellington, and all the other ones. So altogether we have presence almost in 55 plus locations around Australia and New Zealand.
So when we talk about the day-to-day activities of a dawah organization like iCAN is, what are the specific programs that iCAN offer to the public?
Yes, okay. As you said, we are a dawah organization. And we believe in the organized struggle for Islam. So our main focus is Quran. So we want people to connect with the Quran and learn the true message of Islam and implement in all spheres of life. So majority of our programs focused on the Quran circles, which we organize regularly in different units. And around that we have Hadith circles as well, where we teach people about Hadith. And then on top of that, we have family programs where we invite all the families on one particular location, hiring a community hall or something, and we have a separate program for boys, girls, brothers and sisters. So basically all our organization is revolved around the dawah, and Quran and Sunnah are the main objective of our organization, and all our programs revolve around that. So that's on the brothers and sisters side. Plus for our young Muslims, youth, we have specific program just to build up their Islamic identity. So we want to create their Islamic identity strong and teach them about the message of Islam. So we have program around that as well, Sunday schools and so forth and so forth.
Yeah, okay. So when we talk about Islamic identity, so this is very important concept and very important for this time and age that we live in. How would you define identity for a young Muslim, for example?
Yeah. Okay, so at the moment, the biggest challenge that our youth are facing is their Islamic identity. So what our aim and objective is, so we should train our youth in a way that they feel to become represent themselves as a proud Muslim, as well as a true member of the community who supports the community and who work for the establishment of for the betterment of the community. A true Muslim plus a true Australian Muslims. So that's the way we can call it an identity,
Yeah.
So as well as they have strong Islamic values, and they make to be a proud of a Muslim, as well as they contributing to the Australian society as a positive human being and a positive part of the society.
That defines the identity that we want to build.
Exactly.
Now, alhamdulillah, I have seen iCAN throughout the years, and what you said, I have seen like in practice, it is being implemented throughout the units, the Dawah units that, as you just mentioned. Since this is our very first show on the iCAN digital platforms, and I would like to let our audience know that inshallah we'll keep on producing more content like this, but this is just our very first podcast, if you want to call it. Since this year 2026 is the 10th anniversary since iCAN was founded in 2016, and I want to shift the focus of our discussion to the AGM. AGM is annual general meeting where I believe all the people get together who are associate of the organization, and they talk about the what has happened in the past 365 days. In the last year, what are our plan for the next year or the next couple of years? We look at our reporting, for example. What do you think? What is the importance of such gathering AGM in the life of a Dawah organization like iCAN is?
Okay. So first of all, AGM, as you said as well, that stands for Annual General Meeting. So this is one side is our legal requirement, being a registered organization, that we have to have our annual meeting of the members where we present our reports.
Sorry, when you say legal requirement, is it by federal government, state government?
Yes. Okay. Because iCAN is a registered organization, so we have to follow government rules and regulation.
All right.
So one of the requirement is there has to be an annual general meeting for the members. So that's one of the requirement.
Okay.
Another thing is, as you said, that iCAN is a Dawah and a Tehreeki organization, and we consider ourselves who are in the leadership role as a person who are accountable in front of the members. Okay, and it is an amana from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, plus the member who has given us this amana to run the affairs of iCAN. So we feel that this is the venue and this is the opportunity where we put ourselves as a responsible people of iCAN in front of the member and show to them the trust that they have given it to us, how we perform during that year based on their suggestion and their feedbacks. So this is a riwayah, sunnah of our Prophet and our 𝗜𝗁𝗲 Rashidin, that they put themselves accountable in front of the people. So that's the sunnah that we follow. So it is not just a normal gathering. We present our iCAN reports and we put ourselves for accountability. Members ask the question and we feel responsible them to satisfy them and answer their queries. And it is as per the Sharia of Quran, as said in the Quran as well, that Mu'mineen are the one who do their affairs with shura'iyat. So this is exactly. So this is one of the core reason we organize AGMs.
When we talk about reporting, what type of reporting is normally expected at an AGM?
Okay, in all of our programs are categorized into three main categories: Dawah, which is reaching out to the people, Muslims and non-Muslim, and then the second category is Tarbiyah, where the people who inspired with the iCAN and to be become the part of the iCAN, we do their Tarbiyah, their education, Islamic education. And the next is the Tanzeem, which is the third important factor. So those who have become from the Dawah, they have become the part of iCAN, we do their Tarbiyah and we organize them in a structured way so that we can work together as an organization. So these are our three main categories, and all of our programs, whatever we do, either it's a Quran circle, Hadith circle, Yamna program, Sisters program, even a picnic, all fall under into these three categories. So we analyze our program based on these three categories, and we judge how good we perform in one category and what sort of shortcoming we had, how can we improve in the next year. So these are the three main categories we had all the reports in against.
Is there a defined success criteria for iCAN against reporting? My specific question is, for example, if you say Quran circles or Hadith circles are the main programs that iCAN offer for brothers and sisters. So is there a predefined KPI or a criteria that we in the AGM we judge our execution of the year against those criteria?
Yes, very good question. So it is, alhamdulillah, it's a very structured process. So once the session start, session means we normally have our sessions from June to July each year. So when a session starts, we do our annual planning, okay? And this annual planning is based on the feedbacks what the members have given to us. Us means the Central Nazam and the Shura, and we do our plan on the basis of that feedback plus the suggestion from the Central Shura, and we formulate a central plan for the year. And at the end of the year, we judge our program based on that central plan. Okay. For example, give you an example that there was a if there was an objective that we have to have like say 20 or 30 Quran circles in a year. Yeah. So that was a target of the year. So we judge our activity based on those targets.
So that target was defined at the start of the year.
Yes, exactly.
And then at the AGM we will judge ourselves for based on those predefined criteria.
Exactly.
So are there these KPIs or predefined criteria against all type of activities that I can perform?
Yes, we have a separate department, as I said, Dawah department, Tarbiyah department, and of course an organization we call it Tanzeem department. So we have set criteria against each department, and it has subcategories as well. And even not the subcategories, we have measurable steps as well. For example, if we want to increase the number of Quran circles, how we will do it. So these are all the measurable steps present as well. So each department has its own KPIs, and we judge ourselves based on those KPIs at the end of the year.
Yeah, okay. So if we talk about the day of the AGM, what type of mindset should the participants come with?
Mm-hmm. Okay, as I said in one of your previous question, that it is one of the most important event of iCAN, where the responsible people whom iCAN members have given the trust are putting themselves for the accountability. So you have to come with this mindset. I would expect all my iCAN team members that you come prepared with the report. Inshallah, all the AGM reports will be shared before the meeting. You go through the reports. There are numerous hours of effort have been put in those reports, starting from units all the way to central and then Shura and review and stuff. So you come prepare and have any questions and have suggestions for the improvement. So come prepare based on those ones, and feel free to ask any question, inshallah. So this is your forum and your opportunity to judge the performance of responsible people whom you have given the trust in, and ask whatever you like. So inshallah, in this way, we'll have a balance of giving the responsibility as well as the accountability, which is the core principle of iCAN.
Yeah. What has been seen in the previous AGMs that the people who come unprepared, as you said, you should come prepared by going through the reports beforehand, and if you have any question, then come with the questions ready, maybe in your mind, maybe written somewhere. So how would you like to give advice to the people who just find the reports there on the day, and the people who spend their time and they go through the reports and they have some questions, while the one who hasn't seen the reports and they might have multiple questions? So these second group of people might take more airtime than the first group of people. There might be a bit of a injustice to the first group of people who spend, go through the reports beforehand. So what is your advice to
very rightly asked question. So inshallah, what we are planning for this year is, for the members of iCAN, we will share the report beforehand, a weeks ago or something, because they are the main core people of the iCAN who has given the trust to us. No discrimination against the volunteers associate member, but in terms of
it's constitutionally
exactly
it is
roles and responsibilities and accountabilities, how it is defined in the iCAN constitution. And inshallah, for the other team members, we will try our best to send them the report. Whoever is registered for the iCAN, we got their details. So for the AGM, we got their details, and inshallah, we'll make sure that they get the report before the AGM, so that they can come prepared for the AGM. So on that note, The time is very short, and Alhamdulillah, organization has grown so much that there are quite a bit to cover, and we cannot ignore a particular area. So if you come prepared and have your question ready, it will be a passage, it will be a message to all that you have come prepared, and it will save a lot of time for other people to ask the question as well. Okay, so in a one day, it's not possible to go through all the reports and ask all the questions. So what happened, we've seen in the past that what the questions people are asking are already answered in the report. So if they have read the report, they wouldn't have asked this question. So again, my humble request is reports are being prepared in such a way that anybody can understand and have the 360 view of all the activities being done. So come prepared, please.
One thing that I would like your attention on, especially for AGMs, it's a very short day and there are back-to-back programs, and if we run start 10 minutes late, that 10 minutes eventually has a roller coaster effect and it becomes avalanche, and we end up running through our schedule towards the end of the day. So how can you make sure, being the central president of iCAN, I know you got a lot on your shoulder, a lot on your plate, but how we can ensure that we start and end on time, and every segment more or less starts and ends on time? How we can ensure that?
Yes, inshallah, we'll try our best. But sometime it happens that, the people came late, so we have to start a bit late. So inshallah, we'll make sure that whatever time is given, we'll stick to that. And other issue normally happen in AGM is if people shown an interest on a particular project or particular thing that they like most and they need more clarification. So there are more questions comes on to that particular area. So being a central president, sometimes it's become difficult to stop people from asking the question. Of course, we can have a strategy where we can redirect them and ask question later on. But it's a mix and match. We have to careful and where we can stop and we can go draw the line.
You're right.
And inshallah, we will follow the suggestion that you have said and make sure that things goes on time.
Yeah, inshallah. Let's see. Just towards because now we are running out of time, I would like to get your opinion or get your ideas about how our dawah work is going so far. Are you satisfied? Do you see any areas of improvement? Areas of improvements are always there, but are you, as being the central president of iCAN, are you satisfied with our progress so far?
Yes, there is always a room for improvement. I cannot say that I am satisfied or someone else is satisfied. There is always a room for improvement. But inshallah, when the report will come, you will see that there are huge focus on our dawah programs. So the majority of 95% of our programs are on the dawah side. Of course, with the passage of time is changing, the situation is changing with AI and technology and all this stuff. We have to reinvent our programs according to the need of the community. So the traditional way of the things that was working 10 years ago when we started iCAN may not interest people, towards attracting them towards the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to be creative.
And sorry to cut you on that. That's a sign of living our organization as well, because you are living in a specific period in time. So you are not living 10 years ago, 100 years ago. So you rightly said, what used to work 10 years ago or 20 years ago might not work today. So we always have to learn and adapt and change our ways of working. So this is very positive for us.
Yes. So inshallah, what I see is the effort is there. Our commitment from volunteers are there. They're willing to sacrifice their time, their energy, and Allah's tawfiq is there as well, which is the main thing. But now it's up to us as a responsible people of iCAN and the members of iCAN, how they reinvent our program. So that's why AGM is more important, to give us suggestions as collectively, how can we improve our program.
So when you say reinvent, you mean how to modify the program, how to improve the efficiency or engagement within the programs.
Engagement, attraction, and all these things using the modern technological perspective and technological tools, inshallah.
My last question to you, Brother Amir, the people who might have association with iCAN, but they are not a part of iCAN, but they are interested in our programs. They like the way that we are operating. what is your message? That should they break the barrier and join the organization, or should they stay there where they are?
Yes. Okay, very important one again. If you look at the spirit of Islam, Islam believe in collective effort, ijtimaiyat we call it. If you look at all of our ibadahs, from salah to hajj to zakah, all revolve around collective efforts. So there is no individual in Islam. Okay. So the difference that a person can make is when they join a collective effort. As they rightly said in English, 1 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is equals to 11.
Yes.
So inshallah, when you see at the report of iCAN, the summary of the report, like how many programs we have organized, you will see that what a combined effort can make a big difference. Okay. And of course, it's a sadaqah jariyah. If I am part of iCAN and something happening in Perth which is benefiting the community, inshallah, I have belief in Allah that I will getting the reward of that as well. So if you stay at the corner, okay, and you become sort of selfish, like you whatever you want to achieve and then go back, then you're missing the rewards. That only I can say.
Alhamdulillah, that's very beautifully said. And I would also like to share my personal experience that before joining iCAN, I'm very part and parcel of iCAN. Before joining iCAN, my abilities, what I can do right now was nowhere near 10 years ago when I joined this beautiful Dawah organization. So alhamdulillah, my invitation, my personal humble request to all of the people who like iCAN programs but are not part of iCAN right now, we would like you to join iCAN and be part of this beautiful family so that we can be successful not in this dunya but also in akhirah. And with that, we would like to thank you for watching our very first podcast. Inshallah, we'll keep on producing more content like that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.